Welcome to RPTV Weekly News Show. My name is Aniqa and my co-hosts are Siyana, Victoria, Fred, Jabin, and Jameila. We present news that impacts on Regent Park and the surrounding areas. In this episode, we present the following news for the week August 12th to August 19th, 2022.
Regent Park celebrated Sunday in the Park Festival Resilience and Revival on August 14, 2022. Regent Park Summer Series concerts every Friday at Daniel Spectrum by Community Music Schools of Toronto. Regent Park songwriter Mustafa wins 2022 Prism Prize for Top Canadian Music Video. Months on construction set to begin on major downtown artery on Ontario Line. Heatwaves, community resilience to extreme weather, dealing with inequities of climate change. COVID-19 and vaccine update. More than 2/3 of Toronto residents 18 years or older have received their third dose. Vaccines and wellness clinics in their neighborhood. Events and jobs in Regent Park.
Regent Park celebrated Sunday in the Park Festival, Resilience and Revival on Sunday, August 14, 2022. On Sunday, August 14, 2022, Regent Park community celebrated Sunday in the Park Festival under the same Resilience and Revival at 640 Dundas Street East, the Big Park. The event was brought to the neighborhood by Community Building Working Group of the Social Development Plan, the Regent Park Neighborhood Association, Focus Media Arts Center, Healing as One, Fred Victor, TNG, Young Street Mission, Daniels Corporation, TCHC, and Tribal. Community members, neighbors, and friends of Regent Park enjoyed live music and entertainment, games, barbecue, bingo, and more. The event included performances from multicultural music talent, including West Africa rhythms and percussion from Negus and the West African drummers, Arabic and North African music from Tara, Monica, and Elisha, Jamaican-style English vocals with Spanish from Free the Revolution, Toronto-based singer Tyra Jute, Toronto-based jazzy folky singer, songwriter Megan Stock, Chilean-Canadian singer-songwriter Mario Munaz, traditional Chinese dancers, happy dancers, Regent Park's very own Denaje aka DJ and music DJ Adrian Hope. Sunday in the Park Festival was 100% volunteer-led through the Healing as One charitable organization, curated by Focus Media Arts Center in partnership with the Sunday in the Park Committee. RPTV News brings you the best of this amazing event with the following report. Enjoy the video.
I can smell the community. Look at the amazing barbecue right here. We've got an amazing lineup. A lot of folks have shown up today. We're expecting hundreds of Regent Parkers, coming together to celebrate our resilience and also our theme of Regent
Revival.
Yeah, revival actually. Revival and resilience, which are the themes of Sunday in the Park for 2022. And we've been indoors for too long. We needed to hug each other, see each other, talk to each other, and connect with each other's neighbors. So thank you to Regent Park Focus for covering Sunday in the Park in 2022. Really appreciate it as the community building working group and as the planning committee of Sunday in the Park.
I had a mouthy sound, I wouldn't do it for anyone. I melt under your tie.
Everybody call me Barb. I feel very happy about it because I love Regent Park. I was living at Gerrard Street housing, and when them hit it down, they sent me away to Young Street. I didn't like it there. I told the house and I want to come back down to Regent Park, and I got it, and I love it.
I'm the Assistant Development Manager at Tridel, working on the Regent Park project. We're very excited to be here today for the first Sunday in the Park in person since 2019. It's a great environment to be in today, and we're very lucky to have some sunny weather. Our booth here today is to show different boards and opportunities of what we're proposing with the rezoning application for Regent Park, phases 4 and 5, which is behind me today.
Hanara Khandakar. I am the community outreach worker with the Neighborhood Group, Women's Program and Community Development. We have so many programs for youth Women's Settlement. I can show you our youth program. This is Women's Settlement program. Also, we have other program like for community services. We have also the senior program. We have our child care program. So we try to support all levels of people in the community.
3 chances to win $150 baskets of gourmet foods for $1. $1. So you can't give up this chance. And this is to aid the work done by the RPNA, the Regent Park Neighborhood Association. So you've got to get in here and take a chance to win here.
So tell me about this booth here.
Oh, this is
I'm Diana, Community Development Coordinator with Dixon Hall Neighborhood Services. So we're promoting our programs and services for our 5 departments, our seniors, children, youth, housing, and volunteer settlement services. So we're really promoting all our programs, and people who are interested, we're setting them up today. If they're interested, they can follow up with them. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here. It's really nice to be out here today. It's been a long time coming, and we're trying, especially our volunteer programs, we're trying to get people to come back to support us with our Meals on Wheels, because there's been a lot because of the pandemic, so now people are coming back slowly. So we're trying to get people back into the mood of volunteering, and hopefully we'll get a lot of volunteers for that program. So yeah.
Yes, I'll show you, I'll show you, I'll show you, I'll show you what love is. Yes, I'll show you, I'll show you, I'll show you, I'll show you what love is.
Hello everyone, my name is Munira. I'm with Toronto Community Housing, and we're here today to really promote the rezoning, answer any questions that residents may have, help connect them with employment opportunities, and tell them about one of our new upcoming programs where people can that have families that have kids going to school in from grades 6 to 8 can stop by and get some school bags, fill the school supplies to get ready for the new start of the year. It's exciting. It's really exciting to see the community coming back together, and a lot of that community cohesion that we've been hearing about. And one thing that we don't hear enough of is how connected Regent Park is, or we don't see enough of it because of COVID. We definitely hear it, and I think Sunday in the Park is really coming together to show that this is exactly what it looks like when the community comes together. People are here with good vibes, good fun, and they're here to also learn as well as get involved with their community. People don't only stop by to enjoy seeing their neighbors and their peers, but they also leave a lot of time signing up for so many new programs, learning about how to support their community, and finding out new things that's going on right where they live, such as the rezoning we've got happening right here.
Another reminder, after this raffle, we're going to open up.
Well, I've been living in Regent Park for almost like 20 years. Before pandemic, we had it a lot, but after the pandemic, we kind of got stuck, and then kind of forgot how it feels like to be in the community and having this event again. So I'm really excited, and hoping we'll be able to do that every year.
I feel very exciting, especially during the pandemic, because 2 or 3 years, so a lot of event was cancelled, and many people they are experiencing difficult times. in the Regent Park, actually in the whole Toronto and Canada. But so far, it's like our life is spiked. And also, so far in the Regent Park, we are doing phase 4 and phase 5 revitalization. So, and I'm very glad we have more those kind of fun events, so can like to build our community and put the people together again. So that is very good. Yeah.
When she walks, it's like a samba that swings so cool, it sways so gently that when she passes, each one she passes goes. Oh, nobody watches so sadly. How can you tell her you love her?
I'm also on the board of the Regent Park Focus. Roma Spencer. I'm representing Sweet and Delights and the cuisine of Trinidad and Tobago.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Can you describe us what you're at?
Sure. Today we have what's called saltfish buljol. Saltfish buljol is made with salted codfish, onions, cabbage, carrot, and we have fish cakes. In Trinidad we call it acras. Yes, and this, the salted buljol, it goes with what is called a coconut bake. It's kind of like a focaccia. Show you one. Yeah, these are it here. So you fill that, coconut bake, and you fill that with the saltfish buljol, and you have like a sandwich. And we have sorrel. And then there's sorrel. Sorrel is a drink like a made from the petal of something like a hibiscus, and you have cinnamon and clove in it. So it's a very aromatic in taste. Yes.
We are selling pani puri and samosas, mango shake.
This is Indian food, right?
Pakistani Indian food.
Pakistani.
I'm from Pakistan.
Today with a bunch of students from our ministry and that are helping us, our team. We're passing out freezies. We love Regent Park, and our church is here to serve and help Regent Park, so we're glad to be here. Thank you.
My name is Ines. I live in Regent Park. I sell cotton candy, popcorn, lemonade, drinks, empanadas, chicken, and beef.
What is this? It looks so delicious.
So I've baked some apple pies and some berry pies, and this is an Indian famous dessert sweet. It's called gulab jamun. So this is like the hit. So people love this dessert and they keep coming for this quite often. So I make sure to bring this each time I come here.
It looks so good.
With my best, my very best, I set you free.
My name is Fahmida. I'm always participate at Sunday in the Park, and it's really awesome. It's how they organize. It's very nice, very cool, and I selling very cheaper price, and they like it. Whoever buy, they like it. So I'm happy about that festival Sunday in the Park.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm here with Toronto Community Benefits Network, TCBN. And basically, we're promoting people getting into construction trades. So we help with people that just have a desire to be in construction. We help them to get in. If they're already in, but they're finding like they're having some challenges working and whatnot, we have a mentorship program as well. So we're here just to provide this service to the people of Regent Park.
many of you have given your heart, soul, and passion in building up this community. And as the community continues to change, because we can see that it's changing all around us, we know that it's so important that we keep the heart of the community centered around the people. Because what good is a new community if we don't think about the needs of the people? So to the residents of Regent Park, to each and every single one of you that is here today, and for those of you that perhaps are not here, we want to say thank you for all that you do. Without you, there is no Regent Park. Without you, there is no heart of the community.
Why you're crying, honey? You could never save me. Don't try to imagine our problems pass us by like springtime.
My name is Yehoshua Wisdom, and I'm selling my art. I do pen and ink and watercolor work, and I sell prints and original work. And so far, there's been a good turnout today. A lot of people getting to the action behind me, and it's just good to see everybody out today.
I just want to say that this is a really collective effort with the community, with the SDP, with the community building committee, and I want to thank everyone who's here today. And certainly, if you're not, get everyone to invite their friends over. We're going to have a really exciting day. Food's going to be here shortly, so I hope everybody enjoys the day.
Regent Park Summer Series concerts every Friday at Daniel Spectrum by Community Music Schools of Toronto. Community Music Schools of Toronto, expanding from Regent Park School of Music, brings the Summer Series concerts weekly performance to Regent Park Neighborhood featuring students from the Community Music Schools of Toronto. Summer camps every Friday at 3:30 p.m. on the Daniel Spectrum Terrace, supported by Daniels Corporation. Regent Park School of Music recently announced their new name to Community Music Schools of Toronto as an umbrella name that connects all their programs and still celebrates their history in Regent Park and Jane Finch, and more communities in the future. In addition to bringing music to kids in Regent Park and Jane and Finch, the music school is also giving a music education to Indigenous students at Wandering Spirit School and young newcomers to Canada. Community Music Schools of Toronto gives children and youth future prospects a rich and rewarding music and social education. By removing the financial obstacle, students have access to some of the Toronto's best music teachers and a vast array of musical instruments and options. Children study everything from classical piano, strings, voice, brass, wind and percussion to electronic music, songwriting, and recording. If you want more information, please visit www.communitymusic.org or visit 585 Dundas Street East, Suite 220. RPTV News visited one of their Summer Series concerts in Regent Park and interviewed Richard Marcella, Executive Director of Regent Park School of Music.
Hi, I'm Richard from the Regent Park School of Music upstairs. We're Community Music Schools of Toronto. And every Friday at 3:30 we're doing a little concert outside supported by Artscape and their Summer Series. And it's a joy just to be back in person doing this kind of programming in the community. So we're thankful to be here. We're having a blast today, very inspiring stuff. Very moving music. So if you want to learn more about our programs, you go to communitymusic.org, and thank you to Focus for your interest and your love and your support.
The things we do, but it's not the same without you.
singer-songwriter Mustafa wins 2022 Prism Prize for Top Canadian Music Video.
You know our hearts are at their fullest.
Regent Park songwriter Mustafa, also known as Mustafa the Poet, has been crowned the winner of the 2022 Prism Prize for his music video Ali.
For on earth the coldest breeze, all that we hope to be when we smiled with all our teeth. Ali, you know our hearts are at their fullest.
The self-directed video was selected by a panel of over 130 esteemed industry professionals in Canadian music and visual arts. Mustafa took home the $20,000 grand prize for Canadian Music Video of the Year, surpassing 9 other videos from other Canadian artists. The video tackles the issue of gun violence through the lens of a community struck by grief. Mustafa shines a light on the heavy burden of mourning and healing after loss, as he honors the life of Ali Raziq, a cherished friend, son, and brother from Regent Park who was killed in 2017. The music video for the song, which appears on Mustafa's 2021 album, When Smoke Rises, was filmed inside homes and around the Regent Park neighborhood as the singer walks among his young male friends who seem to fade away without warning. Mustafa the Poet is a multidisciplinary artist who has burst onto the music scene both locally and internationally. His ascent in Canada has most recently been recognized by his 2 Juno Award nominations for Best Songwriter and Best Alternative Album. He is not just a singer, however, but also a filmmaker, poet, and songwriter.
The award, supported by Telefilm Canada, is named in his honor and aims to celebrate artists who demonstrate excellence within the music video, or film production communities. This year's recipient is Mustafa. Yes. Singer-songwriter Mustafa Ahmed grew up fighting. He would do so firstly as a child growing up in Toronto's Regent Park community, matching up with other children his age at the behest of the older kids from around the way. Somehow, this did not harden him. He would continue fighting, though now against the stereotypes as an adolescent poet, dispelling notions of who Black Muslims from Regent Park were with every stanza of his continuously celebrated poetry. And this is how we got Mustafa, child of Sudanese Muslim immigrants, Pan-American Game Poet Laureate, cherished collaborator of acts like Majid Jordan, The Weeknd, Khalid. Now, I want y'all to just bask in the glory of Mustafa.
Mustafa is just the truth embodied in human form. He's so talented and so kind and so giving. I remember when we made Monster together, he just had all the patience in the world to just kind of sit and talk and get to what my truth was and my story. And I think that ultimately always creates the best art.
I feel like Mustafa's greatest talent is authenticity. Whether we're filming him in a video or he's on stage at like Massey Hall or you're talking to him, it's the same person with this intent and purpose.
Throughout these years, Mustafa is probably one of the most authentic, gifted, and like pure souls to ever come out of this city. And I just truly wish him all the success in the world because he really deserves it.
He's the type of person who can crack a joke with you, really make you laugh. He also has the power to make you cry with his words and his knowledge and how he's able to just articulate things. Before I even worked with him, I got to see him perform when he was like super young on Manifesto stage or Unity Charity, like Young and Dundas, and like performing there, doing spoken word. You could tell right away he has like an amazing stage presence, and you could like really feel his words when he was like performing. The Ali video is about one of Mustafa's friends who passed away in 2017. He was really clear on his vision right from the get-go of what he wanted. He wanted it to feel like really authentic, nothing too staged, nothing too flashy, just real, authentic moments. It was amazing to just watch him perform, like no mic, and everyone would just be quiet on set, like no one's interrupting, everyone's whispering, everyone's respecting it, and yeah, it was just like a beautiful experience to witness it all.
He's clearly one of the greatest poets and just thinkers, and and to see him now flourish into this like beautiful artist worldwide is just satisfying and just beautiful to watch.
Months of construction set to begin on major downtown artery to make room for Ontario Line work. A months-long street renewal project is set to get underway on a major downstreet artery this month in order to make way for the expected start of construction on the Ontario Line. Work on the new subway line is expected to start in 2023 and will require the long-term closure of a stretch of Queen Street near the Eden Centre. Because of that work, streetcars will need to divert along Richmond and Adelaide between York and Church Streets for at least 5 years. It is essentially the first of what could be a series of disruptions for downtown residents as part of work on the 15.6-kilometre Ontario Line. Work is expected to run for 4 to 5 months, wrapping up in December. According to the city, work will also take place 24 hours, 7 days a week in order to expedite the project. The noisiest work, concrete breaking, will occur between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. and expected to last for the first few days of each phase of construction. As part of Ontario Line, a new subway station is also coming to Moss Park neighborhood relatively soon. The Moss Park Ontario Line station will connect a dense and fast-growing area of the city to the subway network. An estimated 7,300 people are expected to use Moss Park Station during the busiest travel hour. Work on the Ontario Line is currently slated to be complete by 2028. The city says it will be holding virtual trailer drop-in meetings every other Monday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., starting on August 29th, so that members of the public can ask questions and share concerns about the ongoing work.
Heatwaves, community resilience to extreme weather, dealing with the inequities of climate change. As part of Focus Media Arts Center's series Climate Conversations, RPTV reporters interview Inori Roy, associate editor at The Local Magazine, a Toronto-based publication focusing on social justice and long-form reporting. In her most recent article, Inori Roy covered the phenomenon of heat waves, and in particular how heat waves across Toronto have exposed the uneven distribution of heat across the city's various communities. The key to understanding the notion that there is an uneven distribution of heat across the city's neighborhoods lies in the structural design of cities. In St. Jamestown, where Inori Roy chose to report on local group Community Resilience to Extreme Weather, CREW, she found a volunteer-led group who is working on building networks of community volunteers to respond during extreme weather events. They go door-to-door checking in on area residents who might be seniors or have health issues, informing them where cooling centers are located and where the most shade can be found. Let's hear what Inori has to say about her findings.
Really the thing that tied me to this particular neighborhood for this story is that the organization that's mentioned at the beginning of the story, Community Resilience to Extreme Weather, CREW, they operate primarily in this neighborhood. And there's no other organization in the city that is quite as perfect in terms of talking about the fact that there's no systemic response to extreme weather, the fact that extreme weather impacts people who are already traditionally marginalized, and that in the face of a lack of systemic response, people have to turn to their neighbors for help. And so that was the perfect sort of human component to talk about a story that otherwise has a lot to do with just city design and these sort of drier principles, so this made it more human. And so the folks at CREW got together. They are very local, they mainly work in St. Jamestown, Regent Park, generally I think this area, and their key motivations are to check in on the most vulnerable members of their community, most vulnerable residents of their buildings during extreme events. So it doesn't have to be just heat, it can also be extreme winter weather, flooding, just any form of extreme weather that people might not be prepared for by themselves, or that people might need support in. And so it's a large team of volunteers, and they're like community, it grows. They were telling me about the experience that they had in terms of organizing these walks through parks in the area on really hot days so that people can get some access to shade. And a lot of those, like, they started off with like 10 people at the start of the summer, and by the end of the summer they were like walking with groups of 30. There's a really significant benefit to having greenery in your neighborhood, but the problem is that lower income neighborhoods usually don't have much greenery. And so instead, they're made up largely of asphalt, of like dark, heat absorbing materials, materials that collect heat over the course of the day and then stay hot at night because they're just letting go of that heat. And so there's no sort of flow of air. Usually also when you have like high density buildings built together, like you do in St. Jamestown, where all the buildings are also built in the 1960s, there's no cross ventilation. All of those things mean that heat sort of collects in those areas, versus if you go to like the wealthier parts of Midtown, where their houses are much further apart, there's tons of greenery between them, there's lots of shade, you're looking at a much cooler climate there. Toronto's relationship with heat now is that, like most other major cities, it is designed in a way that heat is unequally distributed based off of the way that it's designed. And as a result of that, as temperatures get hotter and hotter, the people who live in like the most poorly designed parts of the city, which are often the ones that are the neighborhoods that are the lowest income and are often the most racialized, are going to experience the worst kinds of heat effects. And so, this report that came out from the University of Waterloo, I think earlier this year or sometime last year, found that the number of hot days in the next sort of by 2050 is going to go up by like 3 to 4 times, depending on how many pollutants we're putting out as a society, as a world. Depending on like climate projections, we're looking at like 8-day-long heat waves being the average instead of the current like 3 to 4 day. Yeah, and so Toronto's relationship with heat is going to get worse. It's a matter of when rather than if. I think that we think about heat and we sort of assume, and I think this has been a mistake in the way that people have thought about the climate crisis for a long time, is like, oh, we're all in this together because like we all live on Earth, or we all live in Toronto. And part of the thing is that, yes, we all live in the same city, but we experience the results of the city's design very differently, right? And so it was really important for me to talk about a neighborhood that doesn't actually, I don't think there has been any prior coverage of like how the particular design of this incredibly high density neighborhood might be affecting the people's experiences within it. And so I wanted to find this sort of hyper-local story that we could tell, which is part of our mandate. It's in the name. We really value talking about communities that aren't talked about in the mainstream media very much. And so finding that, but still making it universal in the sense that like all cities across the country and across the continent are going to experience this. And so like the principles are universal, and then the experiences are deeply human and deeply Toronto. And so I loved that mix of all those things together, and that's why it felt really important to tell this story in this particular way.
COVID-19 and vaccination update. More than 2/3 of eligible Toronto residents 18 or older have received their third dose. More than 2/3 of eligible Toronto residents 18 years or older have received their first COVID-19 vaccine booster, third dose, as of August 10th. In total, Team Toronto has administered more than 7.3 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines since the start of the vaccination campaign. All eligible residents are encouraged to get their first and second boosters as soon as possible. TPH recently added COVID-19 vaccination appointments for children ages 6 months to under 5 years at the 5 City of Toronto immunization clinics.
Vaccination and wellness clinics. Regent Park Vaccination Clinic is open on Saturdays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at 40 Oak. Wellness Clinic is open on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Tuesdays from 1:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Visit the corner, 200 Wellesley Street East, to get your vaccines, cancer screening, mental health support, connect to an on-site intake worker, and more. The 519 Vaccination Clinic, bi-weekly COVID-19 vaccine drop-in clinic on Wednesdays, August 24th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Events and jobs in Regent Park. And now for amazing events coming to the neighborhood. The Moonlight Market in Regent Park is here every Thursday and Saturday until September 2022. There is food, crafts, entertainment, and more from 5 to 10 p.m. at the East Patio Daniel Spectrum. Come and support local early-stage female entrepreneurs. The Moonlight Market is brought to you by the Regent Park Employment and Economic Development Table, CSI, and the City of Toronto Main Street Innovation Fund and the Federal Economic Development Agency of Southern Ontario.
The Culture Bazaar 2022 is happening every Friday from June 24th to September 2nd. Shop locally and support artisans and designers at 660 Dundas Street from 4 to 8 p.m. Admission is free. There will be live music, henna, multicultural food, popcorn and cotton candy, artisanal products, and more. Cash accepted at all booths. For more information, you can contact Suraya at tccld.org.
Bubble Soccer in Regent Park. Tridal Bubble Soccer Regent Park and Healings as One brings you the Summer Regent Park Series ages 12 plus on August 27, 2022 at the Regent Park Athletic Grounds from 4 to 6 p.m.
Healing is One, CSI, Second Harvest, and Center of Learning and Development brings you free meals for Regent Park youth all summer long. Each week this summer until August 26th, food and activity kits for kids will be available at the Daniel Spectrum in the CSI Community Living Room. Participation is free and open to all youth in Regent Park ages 5 to 19 on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up at the link below.
University of Toronto and Focus Media Arts Centre presents The Changing Cultures of Regent Park. U of T students, Focus Media Arts Centre participants, and Regent Park residents will together learn about the history of the neighborhood, focusing on topics such as immigration and race, housing redevelopment, public health, and community organization. Course participants will work in teams to envision, research, and produce their own interactive media project addressing a specific historic issue in the neighborhood and how it connects to Regent Park today. Honorarium is available for participants. This event will take place from September 15 to December 8, 2022, every Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Focus Media Arts Centre, Daniel Spectrum, 585 Dundas Street East, 3rd floor. There will be an information session on September 8th. To learn more about this course and see projects from previous years, check out the site www.uftxrpfocus.com. For more information, contact Focus Media Arts Centre at info@focusmediaarts.ca or Professor Aditi Mehta at aditi.mehta@utoronto.ca. Taste of Regent Park is here every Wednesday until September 21st, 2022 from 5 p.m. to sunset. Come and join to the weekly market featuring talented local artisans, community organizations, food vendors, and entertainers at the big park.
And now for jobs in Regent Park. Focus Media Arts Centre is looking for a civic and community video journalist. Do you have training or experience in media production and broadcast journalism? Do you have a passion for writing, video editing, or reporting local news and stories for radio, television, or newspaper? Join the Focus Media Arts Centre and report on the happenings of Regent Park and surrounding communities. Regent Park residents encouraged to apply. Deadline is August 20th, 2022, 30 hours weekly, $22 hourly. To apply, please send a cover letter along with your resume to info@focusmediaarts.ca.
Do you want to pursue a career in hospitality? Dixon Hall, Fred Victor, and George Brown College is inviting you to join an 8-week training program on food work and hospitality entrepreneurship with industry's best chefs and instructors. Start date is September 19, 2022. For more information, contact the email below or call 416-956-4949. And that was all for events in Regent Park. Hope to see you there.
And that was all for today's show. My name is Jabin, and my co-hosts are Fred, Victoria, Siyana, Jameila, and Aniqa. We also like to thank our team of researchers that contributed for this week's show, and from our studios at Focus Media Arts. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you never miss out on any of our content. If you'd also like more, you can find us on our other social media platforms. And if you want even more, you can look at our website.